Now listen, if you have not subscribed to a YouTube channel, do it right now. Do it today. And all you have to do is click the big red subscribe button.
You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
We are TFR. TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Good morning, TFR.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the planet. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to Space Lettuce from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to The Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
It is Tuesday, my dudes.
And a happy Tuesday to you all. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Ironworx right here, truthfrequencyradio.com, TFRlive.com. No, ironrealmedia.com, believe it or not. Although we own it, we just don't have anything. Haven't done a damn thing with it. But a brand new week. Excited to be here. Good morning, gentlemen. How was your weekend?
Good morning, gentle sir. It was rainy. It was good. It was not enough, apparently. I slept my butt off yesterday for some reason. Not sure what that was all about. And still dragging this morning. The coffee's not getting it, but hopefully they prayed them well. And you, Zachariah?
Yep.
That good, huh?
Yeah, need something. I'm out. I don't know why. Went to bed early last night. Just, No, it was an awesome weekend. Griff was leaving back for Brooklyn on Monday, yesterday. So we all went out bowling Sunday, and yeah, it was fun. It was like a little flat earth meetup at the bowling alley.
Nice.
And none of us were like serious bowlers at all, so it was even more fun. You know, there was no competition or any type of, it was just going out there and throwing balls down the lane.
It's a way to do it. Nothing spoils a good time like a bunch of tryhards.
Oh, and the bumper, dude. Okay, you guys know bumper bowling, right?
Uh-huh.
The guy had to go down there and put these little things in the gutters. Now they push a button, and the bumpers come up out of the gutter.
Crazy, isn't it?
I was amazed. Anything like that. Yeah. So, yeah, we had fun. It was really cool. Could go for some rain, though. Really could go for some rain around here.
I'll send you some of mine. It's been very dreary and rainy here this weekend, starting on like late Saturday night. It's been pretty steady. I mean, not steady, just off and on steady. How about that?
Good old off and on steady.
For 3 days or 2 days. It
How
only
about
stops for an hour here or there.
Yeah, how was your weekend?
It was good. We didn't do a whole lot. We got a little bit of rain. Went to a little backyard wedding for Dixie's brother.
I love backyard weddings.
Yeah. So much better than a big church wedding. But other than that, it's just been a matter of trying to bond with a rabbit.
What is that like?
Dixie told me last night she thinks you would be a great rabbit dad. You know, it's apparently only 20 or 30 years ago, they didn't know a whole lot about rabbits. Like they used to think rabbits were only lived like domesticated rabbits. The white rabbits only lived like 3 or 4 years, and that was it. They died. They just thought that was the way white rabbits were. If you just, lock them up in a cage, stack 75 cages along a wall, they only live a few years. But if you give them time to roam and to play in the active environment and the proper diet, turns out they live quite long. But just the things that they have learned about rabbits over the last 30 years has been pretty amazing. Listen to Dixie fill me in. As Dad says, yes, they did used to use them for pregnancy tests, as dramatized in a very heartwarming MASH episode.
Well, you flash back there. That's epic.
But yeah, it's so odd. Like I've never had a bunny before, never had a rabbit before. So Dixie and I, neither one knew what to expect. So it's all just been this big learning curve. And they have such personalities that I would have assumed, I guess. But like, I've known people that have had rabbits, and you'd see little kids just scoop up a rabbit, kind of throw it over its shoulder and walk around, and the rabbit's just kind of, whatever. It's a docile, it's a rabbit. It's kind of what you'd expect from something that's been domesticated, I guess. Maybe a good rabbit just tolerates it. The good rabbits don't try to kick you in the face and jump down and run off. It just sits there docile. No, they actually have fucking personalities. They hold grudges. It's really crazy. It's been an awesome thing to see. And I don't know how it is that we managed to get so lucky on this rescue, but to have a bunny rabbit that is just so affectionate that it's like a cat. It'll put its head in my hand and move its head around on my fingers where it wants to get pets. It's really crazy just how affectionate this bunny rabbit is. It'll just follow me around, chewing on my shoes if I ignore it. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And I guess to domesticate them, they bred them with, what's that? Chinchillas. Like a cottontail and a chinchilla is how you start to get these domesticated rabbits. Like a domesticated rabbit is not the same as a regular old cottontail out in the woods. They bred them with, at least for the California breeds, I guess they bred them with chinchillas to make them a little bit more docile.
How is that? Are they like related in some way? Is the chinchilla and a rabbit like?
Tequila will make you do crazy things.
I mean, a dog and a cat. if you could do. I'm just wondering how closely they're related to where they can be mixed like that. That's
I know.
I don't know if I've ever heard of that.
It's like what happens when you cross an elephant with the rhinoceros.
Alfino.
Alfino.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It has been really cool. I've really thoroughly enjoyed it, not having a rabbit before. But yeah. Just the exercise and the mental stimulation and the diet. It's like 80% of their diet's hay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of knew that one for some reason.
We have this little thing. It's like a cross between a dog and a cat and a horse. And it's a fucking rabbit.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been really, really cool. It's been a lot of fun getting to know not just rabbits in general, but binks.
Binks.
Like Binky, because when they get excited, they run and jump and twist and turn in the air. And those are called binkies. Just what they rabbit people call them. Or zoomies, when dogs or cats get excited or too much pent up energy, they'll just run around real fast in circles around the yard or whatever. Your rabbits will do the same thing, but then every once in a while they'll jump up in the air and twist their body and turn and do all sorts of weird stuff and little acrobatics in the air. Yeah, those are called binkies. So that's binks that we got.
I think Minion might be part rabbit. Like ear and legs go out to the side, both to one side. It's hilarious.
Again, the tequila's amazing.
And I took neighbor lady to the vet yesterday. We took her lady cat in. I think she's like 16 years old, but she gained like 2 pounds almost since the last visit. She was having those thyroid issues. She's been giving her the medicine and all that and blah, blah, blah. But she's really turned around at 16. Like she's more active now, and yeah, it's wild. I don't want to say, miracles or anything, but I thought she was like on her last leg out the door. And now she's strutting her stuff, and yeah, it's really cool. I didn't know cats that old could. I guess if you have a reason to stick around, you do,
For sure. Big shout out to Constance Bruns.
Hey, Constance.
And Alan Holman, executive line producer extraordinaire.
Much love, Alan. Good to see you.
Oh, wait. I don't have Connie. Oh, I see. I have Top Shadow. Sorry.
You'd think for a feature called live chat, you would think that they would start live chat with the option labeled live chat. But no, if you click live
no, still
chat,
no Connie for me. What in the actual hell? Because I was about to say shout out to Alan myself. When you started, I thought that's where you were going, but I'm still not seeing everyone. I do see Alan. Shout out, my brother. How are you?
I bet she's on the backup channel.
Is that where you're seeing?
It could be, yeah. At Iron Road Media Podcast.
Hi over there where I'm not, Connie. Now it's all clear.
Got to see some bulldog puppies, only 6 weeks old yesterday. I had to go hold them and pick them up. They were so fluffy.
There's a part of the brain that connects that stimulates aggression, but it's also the same one that's connected to cuteness. So if you've ever seen somebody that's just, ooh, so cute, I could just squeeze it to death. Or like Lenny, Was that Lenny from of Mice and Men?
That's right, George.
But that part of the brain that links cuteness also connects to aggression. I just thought that was an interesting little puppies, kittens, bunnies, baby ducks, baby foxes, all the little baby things. It's just so cute that it also stimulates aggression in parts of the brain.
Well, that's bizarre.
Isn't it though?
And makes absolutely no sense. I'm trying to work through that one, and it's not happening.
Yep, I could just eat you up. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Huh.
Yeah, that's weirdness.
Oh.
Absolute weirdness.
Now you got me thinking about stuff. That's what? Okay. What's up? I don't know. That's too much. My brain can't handle it right now.
So I learned yesterday how little I actually know.
Tell me.
Always a nice reminder.
I don't know shite.
Yeah, my neighbors are from the area, been here a while. Told me that this tree between our house was a vanilla tree. Never seen a vanilla tree before. Had the pretty white flowers, had these little pods that look like those little things on the vanilla bottle. I just took their word for it. Someone said, "Oh, what kind of tree is that?" The other day I was like, "Oh, that's a vanilla tree," because it was the same kind of tree. Turns out it's not a vanilla tree. Neighbors didn't know what they were talking about. But I just took what they told me without looking into it and checking it out, and went and taught other people that while being wrong. So how many things that I've heard throughout my life that I think that I know because someone taught me this, and I never took the time to go and do the actual research to really know. But do I know? Is all this stuff that other people taught me, is it really knowing anything, or is it useless information that's wrong? I don't know how much I know. I might not know very much at all, really.
Ain't that the truth? Once you start stripping away all the bullshit that's just not correct, not factual, versus all the stuff that we just can't prove to be factual or otherwise, what you're left with is just a whole bunch of nothing. A very small bubble of your own experiences, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It was like a awakening I had. I was like, wow, that, I don't know. It kind of upset me. Nothing with my neighbors, just with me. Like, oh my God, I've been doing this my whole life.
I've been intellectually lazy. Yeah.
Complacent. Yeah. Just absorbing the information, remembering it, but it's wrong. I never verified any of it.
But to be fair, that's how we were taught. That's how we were taught to learn. We were
Yes,
never
it
taught
is.
to question.
Well, that's how they wanted us to learn.
Yes.
Luckily, my mother instilled in me that I ask questions and got in trouble quite often for it. So, but that is the preferred method: is memorize it and mark some shit on a piece of paper and move on to your lever pulling job. You little, I won't say the S word, citizen. You little citizen. How about that word?
That sounds like an S. It's close enough.
That's right up there as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, just how much do we think we know compared to how much do we actually know?
You know, I used to think that half and half was half dairy and half a non-dairy creamer mixed together.
Oh.
Like up until 2 weeks ago. I wouldn't use half and half because I didn't like non-dairy creamer. I didn't want that fucking non-dairy creamer shit, so I just wouldn't use half and half.
There you go. Another example exactly of what you're speaking about.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Hey, my grandpa told me a Milky Way candy bar had elephant's milk in it. That's what caramel was. So I was probably a teenager before I tried caramel. Caramel. I'm sorry. I'm Southern.
These little things, man, I tell you. And like you say, we'll carry it.
Yeah, you will, especially when it's someone you trust.
Yeah.
Their I don't know, it's not necessarily their knowledge, just their wisdom, their length of time ahead of you. They've been here longer. They should know some shit by now, right?
One would think.
Ona is concerned for Constance as well. Connie, come hang out with us over here on the main channel. Or you hold it down over there. You be the one. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
I had that brief discussion in my brain this morning. Do I go to both channels again or do I just go to the main? You know what? F it, I don't care.
I just know when I open a lot of tabs that are active, things start getting wonky. There she is. She sees us over here. Now everybody can see her.
You know, I did get a notification that on that last strike that said that if we if they catch wind of us planning just to go live or just start uploading content just to a different channel instead of taking our strike.
I saw that too. Apparently that's something they've thrown behind the scenes that a lot of people may not be aware of. I take it because everybody and their cousin has a backup channel. That's what you do.
Right, that's what you do. And how do you ever catch that? I mean, we could start a backup channel on the fly. It takes about 3 minutes to create a channel on YouTube, if that.
But you can't just go live on them anymore, or can you? Have they changed that? I don't even know anymore.
There's been a couple of different workarounds.
I got
like you can't go live on your channel from YouTube, but you can connect your YouTube channel to streaming software and go live that way. I think there's been a few different workarounds they found.
Sneaker. I like it.
Yep.
I had something for what we were talking about, and now it's gone.
Yeah, I did too. I had another example, and it's gone.
Oh,
Don't
man.
know.
Well, we've only got about 4 minutes till we reach the end of this first segment.
What?
That was quick.
That was quick. That was a whole bunch of nothing.
We have an awesome guest this Friday coming up.
Oh, yeah.
For our Have No Sphere show on Friday night. I was thinking maybe we could do a Wednesday premiere show and show the old show. Because there's so many people out there that probably didn't get to see it. And I think it would be so prevalent to start the next show having seen the last show we did with this gentleman.
That's a good idea. I like
we'll
that.
Talk about a lot of it again, I'm sure. You know how our shows go. We take guests on as much of a ride as they take us half the time with our questions and the different avenues and lanes we go down. So it could be a totally different show this next time around. But the first one was just amazing. Jerry Merzinski, he was a psychiatrist, right? For 29 years. Knew his field. He was an adrenaline junkie, is an adrenaline junkie who has his deep sea diver's license, below 180 feet type of diver's license. He has his pilot's license. He still does, well, as of last time we were talking to him, flies for search and rescue out in Tucson, Arizona area. And he's just an adrenaline junkie. So in psychiatry, he decided he wanted to sit in rooms with schizophrenics, the people that are hearing stuff. And what he discovered was it got him blackballed from the community. Like if you know anybody with schizophrenia, you might know about how they're supposedly treated. It's Western treatment, we'll call it. They teach you just ignore the voices, give them a bunch of meds, blah, blah, blah. Well, Jerry didn't want to do that. So Jerry bounced around a couple different jobs. He didn't stick at the first one so long because he had a lot of people over him telling him how to do things. And he finally got to places where he could actually sit down and talk with these people the way he wanted to, and found out that the voices that they're hearing are not just some voice in random people's heads saying, this or that. They're all saying the same thing. These voices that, people that have never met, never even seen each other. The voices are all telling these people the exact same stuff. He wrote a book on this and got blackballed from the community. But, we talk about other entities and this and that, maybe things we can't see that are right around us. And these things have even talked to you, and they talk to me. Not so much now because I talk back to them. I know what they are. But yeah, you get one of those crazy ideas in your head. You're driving down the road and you just get this thought, hey, I'm going to drive into oncoming traffic. And then you look around like, what? Where did that come from? That's them. They're just fishing, seeing if you react. And if they get not so much crash into the person, but if they get a good reaction out of you or this and that, they'll keep talking to you. And these are the people that become schizophrenic. We all hear these voices, but most of us can just be like, whatever. And some people hear stuff like that in their head. It's like they got to know why they had that thought, and they dwell on it. And then
I guess that's going to be the end of the very first segment of the Ironworx right here, Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com. We are also on Twitter, DLive, Odyssey, Rockfin. Shout out to everybody there on Rockfin as well. We'll see you all right back here on the other side of the break.
Number 3 is activity. Activity is what you do. So our lives, first of all, are affected by what we know. Second, our lives are affected by how we feel. Third, our lives are affected by what we do. It is so important to understand this. If you want to influence and help people, here's the key. Success is a doing. You've got to actually do it. Activity is high priority in the life process to try to get maximum benefit out of what we have available. Activity. Now, here's an important question. What is your philosophy about activity? What about hard work? What about long hours? What about full days? If you're doing something, how hard should you go at it? How much time should you put in? Everybody has to develop their philosophy about activity. Let me quote you. Old Testament says, 6 days activity, 1 day rest. That's called philosophy of ratio
From
of
the
activity.
dawn of man, we have turned to nature to help attain balance within ourselves. But somewhere, we lost our way. Western culture is once again remembering the healing benefits of CBD, the non-psychoactive component of the hemp plant. That's why more and more people who use CBD report relief from inflammation and chronic pain, balanced blood sugar and cardiovascular system, relief from muscle tensions, tremors, migraines, headaches, anxiety, depression, and the list goes on. The big question is, where do you get it? iLife is a 99% pure CBD oil made with all organic ingredients, and it's available to TFR listeners worldwide. If you use coupon code TFR at checkout, you'll get $5 towards your order. Head on over to ialife.com now. That's AYA life.com.
True initiation is an inward journey. It's a spiritual path that is totally inward. It has nothing to do with anything external to you.
I want to determine if the grand architect is indeed what I believe it to be, which is the artificial intelligence.
The initiatory path is one of self-discovery and self-revealing. It's not a journey that someone can hold your hand through.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you through the steps of initiation. Remember, you are divinity.
Step Beyond the Veil with Chris and Sherry Geo. Fridays and Saturdays, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
We are TFR.
My faith in destiny is all I need to prevail. Truth Frequency Radio.
Let the ball removal begin.
What happened?
I said,
let the ball removal begin.
But it's hard to hear because, again, we've got that weird, crazy white noise coming in from the studio.
We should probably get rid of that.
There we go.
Oh, wow. It's almost like a show now. I was beginning to think it was just my computer or my interface or something.
No,
I
it's
forgot
just
it was the studio.
Gonna make for some awkward commercial breaks.
Well, you know, it also will keep us from getting another strike, which I was thinking about even as we were coming in this morning of how we are getting. Anyway, let's not go into all of them.
What was that again there, Walter?
I'm just not going there. So we had a great show Friday.
Oh, that was a good show.
I saw Mr. Snoo in the chat here just a second ago, actually.
Oh, yeah. We had Mike and Zombie.
Mike hung out, and then Zombie Snoo wrapped it up.
God, that seems like...
It does seem a long time ago. It really does. I don't know. Like I said, something strange. Maybe that alignment that happened Friday morning shifted us all into some kind of weird time thing.
Yeah, it's
That's
so
how
weird.
we started Friday, if you remember, with Austin giving us the, hey, go outside. So I did. And yeah, that was the start of it all. And then, as you said, a great show Friday in many ways. And even like got into some interesting discussions with Shell after, not that night, but like the next day as we were riding around doing some stuff in town. We were just talking about it because she could hear some things that I was saying and knew that our relationship was being discussed. So she was very intrigued to find out what the show was about. So she may even go watch it. Who knows?
Well, I did see that Molly was going to be trying to take some time off in October to get to Flattoberfest.
I saw that as well.
So if nothing else, we had a success in that area.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That is kind of a big one. I mean, Mike he said himself on Friday that would be freaking huge if she would agree to go.
Absolutely. Happy birthday to your hubby there, Dawn.
Absolutely. And tell
Belated.
him thanks for letting us take up so much of your time as we do.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Just found this article, and it pissed me off so bad I gotta say something. It doesn't get into anything, and then you have to buy a subscription to read anything more about it.
Yep.
And did I hear about this new study? Okay, because everybody knows that. Well, I don't know if you know, but the Supreme Court just overturned New York City's gun laws, saying they're unconstitutional. That people should have the right to defend themselves in public, like most other parts of the country. And so they're all up in arms and blah, blah, blah. And you're going to see more of this. But concealed carry laws boost gun crime by 1/3, study finds. Okay, what concealed carry laws? The ones that make it harder to get? The ones that they don't get into that at all. And we know how they like to use statistics and wording to get a good headline for themselves. But then when you actually get into the article, it's like the exact opposite. Well, here they don't let you get into the article. That's it. Here's what they say. A new study finds concealed carry laws lead to a boost in gun crime between 29 and 32%, mostly triggered by a surge in gun theft. The study comes on the heels of a Supreme Court ruling that struck down New York's attempt to limit the ability to carry a gun outside their homes. That ruling was seen as particularly significant as other states have sought to restrict concealed carry permits.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can't own a gun because some bitch might break into my house and steal it. So I can't have it because someone might break the law and steal it and then break the law and use it and then break the law and use it to kill somebody or rob somebody.
Here's the idea. People can already own guns in their homes in New York. So how is that going to be if they don't have it on their persons out in the street? Yes, when someone breaks into their home, their gun will be there, unprotected, and someone can steal it. But if that person would have had it on their hip or in their purse, if they were permitted to do that, then it wouldn't get stolen from their house while they weren't home. Just saying. You know, okay. Got to calm down a little bit. Yeah, I know it's not just me. I know people from other countries hear us speak very passionately about our rights, especially our Second Amendment right to defend ourselves. But when you have something like this, you don't let it go. You know, it's one of the things that not only protects us from our own government, but in the theater of, I bet it puts a lot of big kinks and stuff into their plan to maybe try to invade the United States. Maybe other countries, leaders are like, dude, we don't want to get all our people killed, sending them over there trying to take over your country. It's not the military so much they're worried about. Yeah, we have the biggest military on the earth and, walk around with that big stick. It's really the citizens.
The militia, that's right. Militia is not like a military whereupon you go and you get to the military outpost and they give you clothes and they give you guns and they give you gear and they give you training and then they ship you off. That's not what a militia does. A militia is a guy with his guns and his clothes and his backpack, and he takes all his shit and he goes and meets other guys with all their shit, and now they're a force. You don't issue guns at a militia. A militia is made up of people with their own weapons. With their own weapons. Yes, the Second Amendment is about a well-regulated militia and not infringing upon the individual's right to bear arms in order that we could maintain and get a militia to begin with. Sorry. Something I've heard a couple times over the last few days. People talking about how it's not about self-defense. It's about a well-regulated militia.
And that's what the Constitution really is about. It's not so much about defending yourselves from, Joe Citizen, your neighbor.
That's the whole fucking document. Joe Citizen, your neighbor, cannot violate your constitutional rights. He can't. That's why they have criminal prosecutions, civil prosecutions. For someone to violate your constitutional rights, they have to be part of the government. Only governmental entities can violate the Constitution. Your constitutional rights only get violated by the government. That's why we had to make up a constitution for the government. Something I cannot stress enough. It's not our constitution. It's their constitution. We wrote it, not them. We wrote it for them, not them for us. Sorry.
That's our declaration saying these are our rights. You cannot touch them.
These are some of our rights. These are the rights that we have that you can't fuck with. We have lots of them. We have an infinite amount of rights. We have the right to do whatever the fuck we want to do. But these rights specifically are the ones you can't touch. Not that that's all the rights that there are, but these you can't fuck with. And unless it says somewhere that we can't, then we can do whatever the fuck we want. And even then, I still say we can do whatever the fuck we want.
And I love all these politicians saying, oh, you don't need guns. You don't need. I don't carry a gun. No. The 5 people that are in your security detail all have like automatic weapons. We're not talking, the guns that they want to ban. Those are the guns that are already banned, are already illegal. Those are the guns that the people working for them walk around and carry already. They're illegal for a normal person. You have to have a special license to carry an automatic weapon around. And that's what they're protected by. So as far as they're concerned, I heard some politician from New York saying it was their job to protect the citizens. No, it isn't. The Supreme Court already ruled on that. It's not even the police's job to protect a citizen. That's not what they're there for. Now, they're there to figure out who committed the crime and then bring them before a judge. That's the police's job. But as far as, defending your persons in your home, that's your job. You have the right to do it. You have the right not to do it if you wish to. But that's your job. Nobody else's job to protect the people in your home. So when they say, oh, it's our job to protect you, no, it's not. Not at all. So, yeah, and we need to hold them accountable to those sayings when they say that. I mean, it's not like it's an opinion. The Supreme Court has already ruled on this. It's, pretty much written in stone as far as whose job it is to protect the people. It's the people's job to protect the people. So yeah, all this, and I know we're going to keep hearing it for a while. I'm just wondering why all this is taking place right now. Do you think it's because the left is losing their base? I mean, all the young people are so upset with Biden and all this stuff because he's not getting rid of the debt and blah, blah. There's just so many things that he said he was going to do and got votes by all these people. The black community is turning on him. The Hispanic community is turning on him. He's saying, you're not doing anything you said you were going to do. What are you doing?
So this is their first politician?
Right.
Well, I'm just saying they're losing so bad that maybe this is like a shot in the arm to give them something to bitch and moan about. Because lately they haven't been able to bitch and moan too much about anything. As far as, the other, they're sitting in the White House for almost 2 years now. It's not like it's been 6 months. It's hard to blame the orange guy anymore. for all the stuff that's going on. Nobody bought the whole, oh, Putin did this. This is a Putin tax or blah, blah, blah. Nobody bought that either. So people are getting fed up, and maybe they're just giving them something to bitch about. Let's overturn Roe versus Wade. I mean, where did that come from? That came out of nowhere. Even this gun law thing, I didn't hear about this like weeks in advance, or even, it like happened that day, and I heard about it after the fact. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but it seems like they're trying to give people reasons to argue again. Like the big reasons, the main ones, Well, I'm a Democrat because of this, and I'm a Republican because of this, and, well, I don't care about any of the other stuff they're doing, but it's guns and it's abortion, and these are my two stances, and they're great dividing topics. So, yeah, I'm just wondering, are they trying to get their base back by giving them something to bitch about and unite about again? Let's quit them arguing amongst themselves and get them united against, this one common enemy type of thing. I'm not sure what they're doing, but it's been weird this last 2 weeks. What do you guys think? Am I just crazy?
Well, yes, but not wrong.
Yeah, this definitely came out of nowhere, and it definitely was instant uproar. So they have something big they were really doing. Obviously, to me, anyway. There's something huge they're trying to distract people away from. So they threw this monkey wrench into the spokes, and it's doing exactly what they knew it would do.
Can you imagine the backlash had there not been that leak a couple weeks prior? If everybody had just found out immediately and then just reacted. I think it'd have been crazy. I think it'd have been no coincidence. I think that they gave their Supreme Court ruling on the Second Amendment, and then they gave their ruling about Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like I said, they came out of nowhere. I didn't hear anything about it being even discussed or any of that, like Roe versus Wade up on the Supreme Court, blah, blah, nothing. Not until it happened did I hear about it. And I'm not a big on the news, but, they usually send me stuff like that. I see the headlines for looking for stuff for this show. Yeah, I don't know. It's been weird these last couple weeks with what at least the government here in the U.S. has been doing. I saw Trudeau did something again. Not sure. I didn't click into it. Yeah, I feel bad for the Canadians out there. And did you hear Biden say matter-of-factly that a second pandemic is coming? They need $2 billion more dollars. They need more money because the next pandemic it's like right around the corner. It's coming. There will be a second pandemic. He said a second. That's weird. Pandemics aren't something, that just pop up every year. I mean, the flu does, but pandemics, I mean, they're, I can only remember a few of them in my lifetime. And none of them were, out of control. They were usually always in another country, most likely a third world type country. And I never hear or meet or see anyone that ever was affected by it. But a pandemic, that's like 10% of your population gets, wiped out or something like that. Just crazy stuff. Like the death rate of the virus, we'll call it. Okay, I know I don't want to trigger people, but yeah, and it wasn't that. We didn't have a pandemic. So how many of these pandemics throughout history were actual pandemics? I mean, they said the influenza 1917. Yeah, they've come to find out most people died from overdosing on aspirin, trying to fight off the fever. They realized, hey, you can't eat that much aspirin. It's not candy. Acetaminophen will kill you.
Or if you take it during pregnancy, it could give your child ADHD.
Yeah, it's wild to think about history after you've lived through something like this and saw it firsthand, what really took place. That's why before 1981, I have no clue. Don't ask me. I wasn't there. Don't remember.
Haven't remembered yet.
There you go. I like that. Melodome was awesome Sunday. The gentlemen were back. Short, Flatman X. But yeah, good show. I love the Melodome.
It is good stuff. Sorry, I've been trying to catch up on chat.
I know. I am as well. Lots of folks hanging out this morning. We appreciate the heck out of it, guys.
Yeah, sorry, everybody. I've been more trying to wake up and
rant out.
I've been ranting a lot this morning. I don't know what's going on.
Good. You need to get it out.
I know someone ditched me playing last night. Said they'd be on.
Yeah, look, here's the deal. As I explained earlier, this energy thing that happened after the alignment of those luminaries has been bizarre this weekend. I was out and about with Shell on Saturday, and at one point, I almost was going, okay, let's go on to the house at 5 or 6 o'clock. For me, that's incredible. We're usually rolling till midnight, but I was just dead, tired, wore out, ready to stop. I don't know, just strange, draggy, and nothing unusual added to the mix or excessive, activity. Just no energy.
I was the same
And
way.
when I talked to you yesterday for that half second and walked by when I was away from keyboard there, I was doing things here at the house. And when I sat down to eat, I just went to sleep in my chair like an old man. So I just went to bed instead of fighting it and getting up and staying up till midnight. Sorry, Josh, you were saying.
Just that I was the same way this weekend and even up to last night. I do really good until I'm not. And it's just like.
And then it just falls out. The bottom just falls away.
Just
out of nowhere.
And I have to go right to fucking bed. And
it's like, sit down and stop. Or, I don't know. And I'm not usually that way. It's been really strange. So my apologies for leaving you hanging. And trying to understand, all I can put it to is just a frequency change. And the only thing that I can point to for that would be Friday morning. So I don't know. Someone sapping our energy and using it for other purposes, perhaps. I don't know. Just very yuck. Which time we got here?
I see Robert Page in chat, and that reminds me that he had asked a question, I think, on Twitter in the Iron Scouts group about
been there in a minute.
The episode that we did on Have No Sphere with using magnets in the garden.
Oh, I did see that question. I'm sorry, Robert. I didn't know that hadn't been dealt with.
And I cannot remember even when we did it.
I know the time frame. I know there was a time period where there was a lot of magnetic things. We had the water thing going, and we had like vortexed water, and then the magnets in the ground, and that whole little period. But when it was, yeah, I can't tell you. Can't tell you.
I think it was since I was here at this house. So maybe within the last 2 years.
There you go. So now we have a starting point.
Maybe.
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 Well, speaking of starting points, a starting point for Iron Real Media is coming to an end in November. Sad to tell, Google Hangouts is going away in November, shutting down forever. We don't use it anymore. We haven't used it for some time now, but we did, and we used the hell out of it. It was part of the growth of, to me, the whole community, let alone our channel and our team and all that. So, definitely sad to say. We should maybe do a show on Hangouts one more time before it goes away,
Right.
for old time's sake. Get all the snipers hitting us hard.
If I could even pull up Hangouts, I think.
I see it every time I check my email, but I haven't clicked on it in, well, literally years. Since we kept having all the troubles and went to Zoom
2
and
years.
Skype.
2 years, at least 2 years, because here I have a message that that was sent that was not seen by, when was this? 11/21/20 from Darren Daz Cox.
There you go. There you go.
Let's see. What is the oldest chat that I have here? Looks like it might even be.
Oh, we are
Roxanne.
about to hit a break, my friend. Here in just about 6 seconds or so. So I guess we should shut up or stick the studio back in or whatever trick. But here it is. Ethereum. Technology for your day.
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
It is Tuesday, my dudes.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
And welcome back to the first half of the second half of the Ironworx right here on truthfrequencyradio.com, TFRlive.com, and various other places across the internet. One of Walter's
we are
favorite
back,
words.
yes.
So what do you guys think about self-driving cars?
Them ghosts.
Do you think they're safe? I think that
I don't trust any robot, period. And not just because of Predator, because I deal with technical devices on a pretty regular basis that fail regularly. I keep all my drivers updated. I keep all my little stuff cleaned out. I do all the little maintenance stuff you're supposed to do for these lovely little computers. And yet somehow I still have stuff crash. I still have mouse issues. I still have sound issues. I still have issues. And the time you don't want an issue is at 80 miles an hour in the interstate with other little robotoids driving around, I would think. It's kind of like I see all these ads popping up on these electronic billboards as we're driving around talking about new robot knee surgery and robot eye surgery. I don't want a fucking robot at my eye with a knife or a laser or any fucking thing else. Thank you. I'm sorry. It's just one of those things for me. So no, I'm not a fan of the driving cars, be it self or otherwise.
Wow, you're awfully passionate, Walt.
I honestly think you ought to sit down calmly, take a stress pill, and think things over.
Hal, could you please open the pod bay door?
I'm sorry, I cannot do that.
Sorry, Dave.
Well, you're not crazy, Walter. just to let you know. Tesla and Honda's 363 crashes show why self-driving cars may be decades away from safety. There was 363 crashes in 1 year. Yep, we were promised a very near future where autonomous machines would be serving our needs and vehicle ownership would be rendered unnecessary. Robots would quickly and efficiently deliver our orders, and we could squeeze in a few more hours of work or sleep while being chauffeured around in self-driving cars. Progress has been made, at least, on some of this. University campuses and cities across North America have indeed witnessed the growing presence of small food delivery robots. Likewise, new partnerships have recently been announced to develop and test the safety of self-driving trucks. The journey towards autonomous or self-driving consumer cars, on the other hand, has arguably come to a screeching halt. In 2021, top industry experts recognized that developing safe autonomous driving systems was not as simple as it was anticipated. Among them, Elon Musk himself conceded that developing the technology required to deliver safe self-driving cars has proved harder than he thought. And it goes on to say that there's an automation paradox and blah, 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 underestimating vehicle capability. And, they're giving all kinds of reasons why they can't do it. If you want to go see the article, it's in Interesting Engineering, June 25th. So not too long ago, 3 days ago. And that was by The Conversation. That's not somebody's name, but okay, there you have it. 363 crashes
Pretty sure
in
that's
1
a
year.
rapper, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like
Wasn't
it.
the dude on was it Jersey Coast?
Jersey Shore?
That was him, right? Wasn't that him?
I never saw that show. I don't think I saw a commercial for that show. I think, done watching TV by then. I remember a couple people making fun of it in shows that I actually watched. But yeah, there you go. Man, I bet some people got rich off that. Getting into accidents with autonomous cars. I know Tesla had the one thing where it would drive even if you weren't in the car. You could be standing, up by the thing with your groceries and push your button and the thing's supposed to drive itself to you. And the thing ran a stop sign in front of a police officer and the cop pulled it over and the guy standing outside the car like, he didn't give him a ticket because who do you give the ticket to? Tesla? I mean, who's going to be responsible when things go wrong? Now, I worked with top of the line automation for like almost 20 years, 17 years. And the one thing we found that worked the best is when you turn it off and you just put a human in there. I mean, when it's dialed in and tuned in and perfect and all the parts are all the same weight and everything's right, but getting it tuned in was a pain in the butt. And then when you changed from making one part to another, trying to get that tuned in and dialed in, if you're not running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's really not worth it. It would be cheaper just to put a human being in there to do that machine's job. Because the amount of time that another human's going to have to spend doing their job and then fighting with that and calling for help because the machine's not working correctly. Because engineers are the smartest, dumb people I've ever met. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. It's done. And I know they need jobs and they have to come up with something new and innovative and this and that. But stop. So much of the stuff we had to fight in manufacturing with these big machines I was working on and all the automation was the new change. Every time a new change come out, over 75% of the time, we would end up not using that machine. We just spent, $500,000 on this machine that's supposed to flip a lid over and put a flame on one side of it. And then if it's already flipped that way, it's not supposed to do anything. That thing never, ever, ever, ever worked for more than like $400,000 we paid for this, and it never worked. Not one shift. That's what I'm talking. That's what we're up against as far as automation.
Well, I'm wondering actually at this point how automated some of this is. I see Opera Chan City there in chat saying parents are both bus drivers. The self-driving buses aren't self-driving. They still need an operator, which is stupid indeed.
Oh shit! In that case, my '83 Grand Prix was a self-driving car.
It just needed me to push on the pedals and turn the wheel and crank on the knobs.
Everything else did all by itself.
Yeah, I didn't have to push it along with my feet or nothing. It just went.
Right. I'm not turning cams by hand. Doing it all by itself. Internal combustion. Hooray.
So yeah, I don't think we have to worry too much about this robots taking over anytime soon. I mean,
well, it's such a wide not dichotomy, because there's way more than two things. It's a wide gap between varieties of robots. I mean, we have the Boston Dynamic people building their robot army force with deadly cougars or whatever the hell they're building over there. We've got the car driving folks. We've got the spacey folks, obviously, trying to figure out how to we've got what? They're just now shutting down the Beegers after 40 years of somehow operating, or 50 almost. I just saw there was a story, maybe still in the pile here, about it wasn't Beeger, was it? Getting an update? No. Let me see. What was it? Mars Express, the spacecraft, finally getting a Windows 98 upgrade. Windows 98 upgrade. I mean, come on, people. What are we talking about at this point?
And if you had the top of the line hardware in 2001, 2002, when you decided it'd be a good idea to use Windows 98.
Right.
How are you upgrading?
Go pull out that gateway computer of yours you have and update that bad boy. Oh, good.
Or
Lord.
what kind of, pull out your XP and try to run Windows 11 and see how well that shit works. Well, I just want to update the software is all. We just need a good software update.
Yeah, the RAM isn't important. CPU doesn't matter. All this, hard drive space.
Nope. 20-year-old technology is perfectly good for brand new software.
It's all compatible, right?
All compatible. Exactly.
And flip that around. Go throw one of my 20-year-old video games into my 2022 computer, and it looks at me like I've lost my ever-loving mind. I found my disc of black and white and was going to play God a bit, and that's not happening. I'll have to figure some kind of workaround, apparently. So time between systems and programs kind of matters, it would seem. In my case here, anyway. Oh, man. But it doesn't really matter because we're going back to the moon, right?
Sure. Why not?
Nuclear power on the moon. That's what I saw.
Sure.
Like it's happening.
We're going to have to go back a few years because of Putin.
Oh, you keep saying that. And I giggle every time you say Putin.
That's going to be the reason. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for Putin to be NASA's reason that they can't go back to the moon yet.
That's right.
I mean, they've used just about everything else.
Well, it's just too smelly. It's just too smelly with all the
Oh.
NASA Putin. Just can't have NASA Putin around up there on the moon.
Well, I think we should all do our best as a community to go to this site that I'm about to give you guys and all enter this contest so we can win tickets to the edge of space, not technically to space, just to the edge, somewhere out there beyond the moon, where they keep pushing space out to. Right? That's where the edge of space is, right? Out beyond the moon. Is that what I understand?
Yes.
Okay.
If you get to the moon, you've made it halfway.
Halfway to the
space.
edge.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
No, is that right? No.
I think you're right.
Halfway out of the atmosphere. Space. Yeah, you hit space at about 100 kilometers?
Oh, so space and the Earth's
Right.
atmosphere all can cohabitat.
Yeah. You hit space at about 100 kilometers. And then if you keep going, you'll hit the moon. And then the moon is the halfway marker for the atmosphere. So then once you hit the moon, you've got that distance to travel again before you can actually escape Earth's atmosphere, according to NASA. But I don't know.
That makes a lot of sense that space is closer than our atmosphere goes.
Yeah. But as I was saying, hackthegalaxy.dev, and you can hang out with Shatner, it looks like. I see his picture here somewhere. I'm not going to be able to get through this one. We only have 5 days, 13 hours, 41 minutes, and 48 seconds. There's 3 tickets to the edge of space up for grabs.
I want you to check out this game called Galahad 3093.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Are you trying to solve puzzles so you can go to space? Well, I don't even understand what this is.
Win. How do we win?
I don't know. I'm trying to understand it. I'm reading the frequently asked questions even as we speak. Hack the Galaxy is a series of challenges, puzzles, hackathons, and events to win real tickets to ride to space in a private space perspective capsule launching in 2026. To participate, you must join the Rapid Developer Community. Then solve the current Hack the Galaxy puzzle posted in the community. To answer, the answer to each puzzle is a password that unlocks one or more entries into the next drawing for tickets to space and other prizes. Enter the solution at this address, which is there for you. When I give it to you in a minute, I'm going to drop it in chat. Yeah, that's basically it. Next mission ends July 3rd. I'm sorry, your question?
27?
I'm sorry?
Is it 2027?
2026.
2026.
Yeah.
So that's the next mission?
That's what it's saying.
Was there a first mission?
I don't understand that either.
In order for there to be a next one, there should have been a first one. Just
let's see. Tickets. William Shatner signed a meteorite.
My goodness. Is this like a SpaceX?
Wait, no, that's what it says right here on my page. I've got to show it to you because
I'm looking at this picture.
Such a laugh for me.
So I'm showing it on the screen, this picture that they're using of this balloon.
This thing?
I'm looking at the lines on this thing, right? All these straight horizontal lines that they're showing on here. Just absolutely crazy. Even in the reflection, it's horizontal.
It is straight as fart.
It's like, if you look this way, it's completely flat. And if you put up a mirror and look behind you, it's completely flat. And that's how you know we live on a ball.
But wait, there's more. You could get a space toaster, a NASA bomber jacket. Oh, you can't even write it. So they did.
Wait a minute. Wait, what's a toaster do that my regular toaster doesn't?
It toasts shapes. It toasts the logo for Is it rapid or is it hack the galaxy? It looks like it burns some sort of design into your toast.
Space design. Come on, Josh, get with it, man.
Well, it doesn't really show. It's not a very good picture of whatever
It's
that
not a
design
very
might
good.
be.
Is that it? That might be Boba Fett. Bobby Fett. What's his name? Robert Fett.
I think that's it.
Robert Fett's hat.
Robert Edward Fett. Bob E. Fett. Yeah, I think that's right.
Here, let me give you guys this address so we can inundate them with entries with space exploration.
Would you rather write code than solve puzzles? No problem. Join an upcoming Hack the Galaxy hackathon and compete for over $1 million in cash prizes, trips, and more tickets to the edge of space.
Hacker. Here you go. I'll drop them.
So let me get
Instead
this.
of a ticket to the edge of space?
What's that?
I could have $1 million instead of a ticket?
Look, you can get $1 million, prizes, trips, or more tickets to the edge of space. But it doesn't say you get to go to the edge of space, as you read, obviously. You can get trips or tickets to the edge of space, but never can you get a ticket for a trip to the edge of space. You can get $1 million in cash. You can get trips. You can get tickets to the edge of space. You can even get prizes.
Now, what if I start just this little hole-in-the-wall business, name it the Edge of Space, put it out in the desert somewhere in like New Mexico, 50 miles from anywhere, and then fly people there and say, there you go.
Great. Now you've got Rapids attorneys scrambling, Zach. Fuck.
Right.
Well, we went
Here we
to
go.
the Edge of Space. It's official. No, that's it.
If you would like to get involved, the next hackathon is a space tourism payment app. Can you build the Galaxy best payment application for space tourism? Application that accepts payments from customers that want to buy tickets to go to space using Rapids APIs and win $140,000 in prizes and a chance for your entire team to travel to the edge of space.
You have to make it so complicated, though, that they don't realize there's no chance they're ever going to actually fly on a rocket or anything like that.
And it can't have anything to do with SpaceX or PayPal because fuck Elon Musk.
I love it. And you know what? The saddest part is they're going to make a lot of money doing this. A lot of money. I mean, if I had no soul, I would sell space to idiots too. Just saying. Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. I have been there, Dan. Not sure why you put that in chat.
I know, I wondered as well.
I was like, yeah. Well, it is like 50 miles from nowhere. Yeah, that was an interesting little town.
It'd be a great place to put Last Chance, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Not too far from Roswell. So they could visit that. Disappointing ride home. They can all stop by Roswell and grab an alien burger. Been through Roswell too. That was interesting. Stayed the night there.
Yeah, I never went. Met people from there many a time. Knew the couple that owned the little Ailey Inn there quite well. They were really good friends every year there at the conventions. But I never made it out there. You know, there's really, I know we've been talking about it coming. They're going to throw the alien card out soon or later. But between the official release of the fake the fake Navy, Air Force, whatever footage it was, the official investigation, all the government, pushed crap that's been of late, and now we have this Huge movie that just hit by Key, one of them. Jordan Peele? Yeah, Jordan Peele from the comedy team, Key and Peele. But the movie apparently about aliens, so they're really ramping it up. It seems, yeah, it's getting closer. I don't know how close, but it's getting closer. I will see it. I have to, just because I like him. I like his comedy. I like the movies he's done so far. I will see it. I don't know if I'll see it at the theater. It's just kind of madness of late. We've tried a couple of times to go see some newer movies, and by the time we get there 30 or 45 minutes early, it's, front row seating only, separate, and all this kind of stuff. So, not happening of late. I would have liked to have checked out Elvis. Anyway, I think we're about to hit a break, it feels like. Yes, we are. So, put on a little Elvis music, I guess, and kick back.
That's it.
Thank you, Lord.
This would be intro music. I did play music through the last break, but I forgot about it.
Russian.
Oh, we're horrible. We just got turned off. TFR.
Like all right, we're there. It's breaking.
literally did this so quickly. We started with our piano, we added a guitar, a cello, a bass, a sub, just using a couple of the MIDI inside this MIDI pack. So if you've been struggling with your songwriting, you need some instant inspiration, I am here to help you guys. I put this together. I literally spent almost.
Holy cow. Effing YouTube and their stupid ass videos.
Good morning to you. Start your day off bright and shiny. Get up off your little hiney and begin your happy day.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
All right, Ramblers, let's get rambling.
And welcome back. Here we are, fourth and final. Second half of the show. Kicking it off.
Second half. I love that. Never gets old.
We have now. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to remember what video I had playing in the background that was going to do this. It was messing me up. Then I remembered they were showing me an ad somewhere. I forget where it was. For this new game coming out. Maybe it was on YouTube. This game, this was the title of the video. This game is the most promising new mining-based survival title.
Yeah, I saw that.
I have seen this year. Like, well, I wonder what that could be. So I look, and it's called Dome Keeper. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And you can go through and you have to fight and dig to protect the dome. They're on Dome Keeper. But that is quite the little logo for Dome Keeper. I'm like, wow, that's sharp as hell. The way it comes out flat like that and swoops up over the top. Very nice. Very nice.
I didn't notice the logo. I have to go see it. Sorry.
There we go. Yeah, I knew.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. Dude, we got a lawsuit, I think, on our hands. Get the fuck out.
Is that not good or what? Yes, sir.
Oh, no, indeed. I am not even believing what I'm saying.
Can you describe it?
I would love to show it to you, but it's like showing me a video, so I'm trying to find it in another format. Give me a moment.
If you were to describe it, imagine if it were to just one horizontal
fucking
line.
logo and turn it backwards. That's what I would describe it as, but that's just my probably biased opinion there. I don't see an actual link for the game anywhere in the description of this. Do you?
I didn't even look that hard. I don't
So I can actually go get
merch, support, social media, mods, Discord.
I'll find it.
I think it's on Steam. And I think it's just sort of assumed. I don't know.
All right, here. Let me give you guys a little taste of the Dome Keeper.
Hey, Dome Keeper. That's some bullshit.
There we go. There it is. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Yeah, that IRM's logo just flipped around. Wow. Dome Keeper. What's that about?
Well,
is that a
getting us paid? I think so. It's about to.
This is the most promising new mining-based survival title that this YouTuber has seen this year, and it's basically kind of dig duggish. And the surface at the surface of the planet is the dome, your little personal dome that you must protect as it gets attacked from the outside.
So you mine to craft items.
Craft to mine items.
Better.
Jerry made this game. Oh,
fucking ads.
Yeah, no, I'm dealing with that too, trying to get to it. Anyway, yeah, that's really epic.
And then I guess as your dome is breached, it begins to crack. And cracks in the dome form as it weakens. Huh. Interesting.
You know, it'd be even more interesting if you were to, your job was to try to get out.
That'd
Like
be
you're
pretty
trapped
good.
there and you have to figure out how to get out.
You know, we got to buckle down and hop on Unreal Engine 5 and just do it.
You ready?
Add that to the list of things that we're going to do.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Unreal Engine is the computer program that made video games look so much more realistic. Well, now they're on, and I'm not saying, I'm comparing like old video games like Pac-Man to like just when we started getting the 3D kind of stuff. It didn't look realistic compared to what we have now, but it was a huge jump in, you know, video games as far as the visuals and 3D worlds and stuff like that. Well, now they're on part 5, and I've seen some not so much gameplay, but like walkthrough type scenarios that people had made for games that they liked. And it looks like you're watching someone videoed something with a camera. This guy's standing at a train terminal. The shadows look real, the reflections in the wall. It looks like it's done with a camera. And it's all a computer program video game. It is amazing. CGI is gonna, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference. You won't. Not with our human eyes. You'll have to be able to go deep into the, zoom in and find different. It's not going to be easy to tell the difference between what's real and what's not. But yeah, that's what we're talking about, the Unreal Engine 5. It's the newest thing in video games, and yeah, it's pretty impressive from a video gamer's, point of view. I'm sure NASA's been using something like this for a while now. But yeah, the image that it looks like it was a camera that you just walked around and recorded with your phone or something. It's scary. When I saw it, I didn't believe it. It was so well done. And it was only like a 30-second clip, and they said it took them a team of people weeks to do it. I think 5 or 6 weeks, something like that. So it's not like you can just, pick random backgrounds and throw stuff in. It was all programmed. It took a long time to do, but it looks real. Yeah, it's amazing.
Cool.
So did you guys hear about the Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas?
Was he accused of rape?
No, well, he might have been. I don't know. But this article doesn't mention that.
Well, there's not many soda cans around anymore, so.
No, he's showing signals that he has an interest in making it easier to sue the media. I guess in 1964, there was a landmark ruling that made it relatively difficult to bring successful lawsuits against media outlets for defamation. And there is a civil rights watchdog group, Southern Poverty Law Centers, who Amazon and places like that, Google, are actually saying is a hate group. When you go to Google and look up different places, like on their thing, it says that they're a hate group. And they want to know, you can't that's defamation of character unless you have actual malice or you have, a reason to say that. You can't just go around saying, "Oh, well, they like the Green Bay Packers over there. They're a hate group now." You can't do that.
To be fair, it's all about the wording at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can't say, "Oh, they're a hate group." What you can say is, "Oh, I think they're a hate group." Big difference in just those two words, I think. Because you're entitled to fucking think whatever you want. And you're entitled to say what you think due to the freedom of speech and all. So you can't necessarily
Yeah, but this is
make
affecting
claims.
business because of what they're saying. It's not so much violence being brought against them, but it's affecting their ability to get donations and things like that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I bet the Scientologists would love for them to be able to strike this shit down. They say things that we don't like and it hurts our income. Can we make them not say things that we don't like? That way we can still get our income by the people that don't know that we're doing things that we don't like?
But there's a difference when it's true and when it's not true.
And that's the only thing that really differentiates guilt from innocence. You can say whatever the fuck you want. But if it's true, then you're fine. If they are a hate group, if there's anything that could point at the SPLC and say, look, see, hate group, if it's true, then it's not slander or libel. If it's
for
true.
the record, don't know what they talk about, SPLs or whatever they are, not defending them or, I don't know what their views on anything.
True.
Yeah,
me too.
I know one thing though, Josh. If I'm ever in a bind, I hope you do pro bono work.
You'd have been a great lawyer. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, fuck you too.
Yeah. I still love you though. I still love you.
Good stuff.
Oh boy. Oh, what time is it?
Interesting. I didn't know there was such a law that made it so hard to hold the media liable.
Well, again, to be fair, I think it should be hard. The minute it becomes easy, now you're silencing. How can you avoid, what is it, the First Amendment auditors when the cop steps up and tries to block their camera? You're exercising prior restraint. So now you have even the threat of lawsuits that could silence certain stories because they're worried, is there any possible way that now it's going to be so easy for me to be held personally responsible for what the hell comes out of here? I mean, fact checking is one thing, as any good responsible journalist should do before something is printed, but I don't know. It just seems like it's starting down a pretty slippery slope as far as being able to backhandedly censor free speech and free
where
press.
would it stop? Because you heard it from someone else and decided to cover the same story and say the same things and then find out they were wrong. Are you held liable too? It'd be a super slippery slope, it seems like. Yeah, I hope. It'd be great if we could make the media stop lying somehow. But at the same time, they do call themselves entertainment.
Well, and this, I think, is going to be a great callback to the beginning of the show, Zach, where it's all just a matter of being able to use discernment and realize that there's things that we can know and things we can't know and things we just assume are to be true without ever actually stopping to think if they could be, without looking to see whether they are. We just take it, absorb the knowledge, and proceed as if it were. And I think this might apply just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is really great living here in the United States where we have the freedom to kind of say whatever we want. As long as you're not, trying to spread violence, trying to get people to hurt other people's or their property, you can pretty much say whatever you want. We're allowed to have an opinion. I think so many Americans take that for granted.
And see, here's the response. And this is why free press is so important and why First Amendment audits and First Amendment auditors are so important, because any fucking asshole can have an opinion. Just take a look around. Go out, log on to Facebook and look how many assholes have opinions. The thing about opinions is it's best if you can have an informed opinion. Right? Know what you're talking about before you run your mouth. Plain and simple. As flat earthers, we run into this quite often. But how do you get an informed opinion? Right? Before you want to start talking about, before you go bumping your gums about what your opinion is, inform yourself. And how would you do that? Well, yeah, go out and you look around. You observe what's going on in public. You have to see what's going on in public and be able to look at it so you can form an opinion. That's the beauty of the free press. And that's why the First Amendment audit community is so important, because they are going out there and they are making an informed opinion. And they're bringing that information to us so that we can also make informed opinions. Here's this unbiased third-party record of what happened, what transpired here. But you don't have to go try to fight the public record laws to get this unredacted info. Here it is. Here's how they act. Here's your government in action. Form an opinion. Here's the information. Now you have an informed opinion about which you can speak, as opposed to just bumping your gums about shit you don't know anything about. Full stop.
Do the research. I jokingly say that. I saw some discussion in the chat about some different shows people are recommending. I just got to the current stopping point for The Boys. I'm not sure if you guys watched that or not.
I saw the first season. I saw that maybe they did drop the new season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I was always a big Garth Ennis fan. I found his comics early on before the first one was made into the show, and then just like his style of stuff. So I checked it out early on, and I've stayed with it just because there's not a whole lot of stuff I watch. And, it's a very triggering show. It has a lot of analogies into a lot of the things that we deal with off and on here on the show. Interestingly, and I've been trying to figure out how to talk about this without it really being a spoiler, and I don't think it's really one. And you know how anti-spoiler I am, so for me to say that, it should be okay. But there's a certain character that we're introduced to in the shows this year, in the show this season, that has a bit of a racial profiling storyline attached to him. At least 3 different scenes featuring this character, he says the line, "Do your research." I thought it was very interesting. They tied that phraseology and that methodology to such a, horribly portrayed character. I don't know, just it kind of felt, one of those things they do with programming. It's called programming for a reason. But yeah, just very interesting that his phrase kept coming up. Do your research.
That is interesting. So it starts to give that negative connotation to anybody that says do your own research.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw a news article that doctors are sick of people going online and doing their own research about these diseases they're told they have. I think doctors are just so egotistical and think they know everything and actually don't go and do the research. There's a lot when it comes to Western medicine to memorize all that kind of stuff.
Dude, when I went in November with the arm issue, my cat scratch fever diagnosis, I sat while he looked shut up on his phone.
That's what I'm saying.
Needless to say, I haven't gone back. So yeah, they don't want you looking it up on your phone when that's what they have to do.
Yeah, but don't you know they pay money for this massive database?
Yeah, bullshit. He was on fucking Google.
WebMD and that shit.
Yeah, I can access WebMD too. It's not impressive. Anyway, ask your doctor about flat earth.
The doctors know.
Symptoms include clarity, discernment, ability to see through people's bullshit.
I think that's why they'll have the nurse come in first to vitals, but really they want to hear what you have wrong so they can go and tell the doctor. He can go look it up.
Do a little Googling, right?
Minutes from when
sad but true.
It's like 10 minutes in there, so you're sitting there just waiting in the waiting room like dum-de-dum. That's what the doctor looking up. You're what you just told the nurse. Okay, I got to go back in here and sound smart, pretend like I know what's going on. Yeah, doctors, exactly, Nemo. Doctors are upset about the whole informed opinion thing.
Uh-huh. The two words that will piss a doctor off: informed consent. Explain to me the shit. Explain to me what you're saying. And that'll piss them off because they've done just what you said, is they've gone, skimmed a few articles, refreshed their nomenclature, and came back to talk to you about it. And you say informed consent, and they need to talk to you about what it really means, the alternatives, the consequences, and all the nitty-gritty shit that they don't really know because they just skimmed a few articles before they walked in the door.
Yep.
Informed consent. And probably would have brought the whole medical community to their knees if people had been using those two words the last 2 years. Informed consent. Explain to me all the things that you cannot possibly be able to explain to me. Please.
Yeah. Yeah. Indeed, Vividness 420. Remember when Wikipedia was not considered a trusted source? Yes. Yes. And Snopes is the new Bible, says Connie. Anybody who goes to Snopes anymore, instantly, I have no respect for him anymore. Instantly. Number one, you can't form your own opinion about something. Number two, do your research.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to have a good laugh, you can go to Snopes. About it. Or if your blood pressure's low and you want to get pissed off, go to Snopes. Because
the best
thing
thing
would
would
be
be
for marital advice, I would think.
Really, I think if you just link it on your MySpace page,
what?
That way,
Right?
everybody can get to Snopes.
Didn't John Denver do a thing for MySpace back in the day?
There was one.
Probably. Who didn't have MySpace?
It's feeling like we're almost out of here, ladies and gentle people. So don't forget, Friday, Jerry Mazinski will be here, and he is also bringing along a patient who will speak on his experiences. This should be epic. I'm going to try to throw together a little promo video, get people to know and that may have missed, like kind of got out of the groove while we were off being punished on our second channel there. So I see as you all are starting to come back and find us again, let the others know. Go tell the others. And we'll do our best to get it out there as well. Hit up Dave, hit up Bob, hit up some of the bigger name channels that have some reach to get some folks over here. because this is going to be epic. I have a feeling. And he's excited to come back. I think he might have reviewed some stuff between the first time I reached out and the last couple of emails. He seems really pumped up. He was super excited his friend would be able to be here and share his experiences. So, yeah, it's going to be epic. And then on Wednesday, the plan seems to be we're going to replay the first time. Didn't we have to do something like that when he was here before? Like something happened and we had to show it twice, or what was the deal with that? I can't remember now the detail on why we had to show it again right afterward.
I don't remember.
Because we got his name wrong, maybe.
There was something about the broadcast. Either we got, I don't remember. I'm gonna have to go back and figure it out because I remember that we had to show it again. I don't know. Were we actually on our second channel maybe at that time and felt like it needed to be on the main channel?
Could be. It was 2 years ago. Well,
something like that.
It was like 23 months ago that Jerry was on.
Yeah.
The 16th.
We're literally seconds away, guys. Love you so much. See you guys Wednesday. We'll put up some stuff and let you know where that'll happen and when and how.
That's it. And since we're not going to have our normal outro music, we'll just run a little bit of our, nothing because it's going to take too long and I'm kind of over it and it's too soon. But thank you guys. Been an awesome show.
Thank you. It's been a great show.
Slow to wake up. But
I know. It kind of felt like it was slow to get off the ground.
I'm ready to do a show.
All right. Thank y'all. Love y'all so much.
Love you guys. See you Friday. Have a great rest of your week. Be good. Be well. Bye-bye.